Alright guys, let's transform these animals, okay? We have the transforming eggs right here, and let's transform our first animal. It is an elephant. Really cool elephant. It has a long trunk right here, and here we have a figure of an elephant. So for each egg that we transform, I'll be showing you guys the actual animal figurine right here. Elephants are the biggest land animal. Let's move on and take a look at the tallest land animal right now. So what do we have? We have a beautiful giraffe with an extremely long neck. And check this out, guys. We have a giraffe and seems to be chewing some leaves as well as some twigs. Very cool. Alright, we basically have the tallest land animal. Let's put it right at the back because it is very tall. We don't want to block the other animals. Okay, which one shall we transform next? How about this one right here? So what is this? I think it should be a tiger. Let's have a look. Wow, this tiger has two really huge canine teeth right over there. Alright, and yes, we have a tiger, an orange colored tiger, because we do have a white tiger later on. So I have brought this one, tiger right here. Wow, beautiful and majestic looking tiger. Let's place it right over here. Next, we'll take a look at a plant-eating animal. I almost said dinosaur because you guys know I do dinosaur videos on Dan Surprise. And let's transform this. We have a beautiful rhinoceros. I love rhinos, but do you guys know that their population is actually decreasing due to poaching? So please do not support purchase of rhino products, okay? So check this out. This is a beautiful rhinoceros figure, and it's actually a black rhino from Safari Ltd. Really gorgeous. You can see it has two beautiful horns on top of the head. It is just beautiful. I love it. Rhinoceros is actually one of my favorite animals. What about you guys? Let me know down below. Along with the lion, it's definitely one of my favorite animals. Okay, next up, let's open this one. Let's transform this. And this one actually transformed into a hippopotamus. In case that you guys do not know, I want you guys to let me know which animal do you think is actually more dangerous. Is it a lion or is it a hippopotamus in Africa? Which animal do you guys actually think is more dangerous? Okay, shout out the name. Okay, so here it's a hippopotamus figure. You can see it has a very large mouth, and it has very big teeth as well. Hippopotamus are actually very ferocious, although they do look kind of like adorable, but they are actually more dangerous than lions in Africa. I'm not kidding you, because there are actually more attacks on humans by hippopotamus as compared to attacks on humans by lions. I'm not kidding you. When I read it, I was actually quite surprised and shocked because they look so harmless, they look so adorable, but they are actually pretty ferocious. They will chase after humans. Okay, next up, let's transform this. A very majestic looking lion. Yes, I love lions. Right, really beautiful. This lion looks too adorable to me. You know, it has the eyes of a golden retriever. It looks so cute, but definitely they are not cute. They can be very ferocious. Yes, lions, really majestic. Some people actually call them the king of the jungle. What about you guys? Let me know. Alright, moving on. Let's take a look at the next figure. We have, okay, not this one, guys, okay? What about this one? We can't really transform this because it's not an egg right here. So, but you can see it can actually be transformed into a robot, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, so white tiger, gorgeous looking. They are more or less the same as the orange colored tigers, but they actually have like pink nose and blue eyes. Very different. Okay, so next up we have, let's transform this. We have a beautiful, cuddly looking, adorable looking brown bear, but they are definitely not cuddly. You definitely should not try to hug any wild bears. If you see them in the wild, definitely do not try to hug them, okay? They can be pretty deadly as well. Please do not try to hug a bear and tell your mom that, Dan Surprise told me that, they look cuddly and you're gonna try to hug a bear. No, please don't do that, okay? So we have a beautiful brown bear right here. Looks very cute, okay? They look cute, but they can be very, very ferocious. Next up, what do we have? We have a beautiful, majestic looking, they just look so gorgeous. Bald eagles, very, very beautiful. They are protected in America. You can't even take a feather from a bald eagle. It is illegal. They are highly protected. And you can see why. They just look so beautiful, so gorgeous. They're intelligent, they're majestic, they're really strong, they can fly really fast, they can, swoop down from the air to catch his prey. They are just super birds. Yep. Next up, we have the fastest land animal. Oh, we have actually, oops, this is not the right way. We have to transform it to the other direction. Okay, this one, to be honest, it does look a little bit like a leopard, but let's just call this a cheetah, because if you take a look at this, they are basically the same figure, but with a different color. Yeah, let's just call this a cheetah. All right, cheetah is basically the fastest land animal, guys. They are very slim and slender. You can see his body is not as huge, as muscular. It's not as muscular as a tiger or a lion. They are extremely fast. Faster than a lion, faster than a tiger. They can run up to like 120 kilometers per hour, which is roughly about 70 miles per hour, I think. In my country, we actually use kilometers, so I'm not exactly sure like what is the miles, but I'm very sure they can run up to 120 kilometers. Okay, moving on, we have a zebra right here, guys. A beautiful zebra. Let's have a look. Zebra. Beautiful zebra. Yep, zebra is like a horse that is white in color with black stripes. Super cool looking. Yes, I've brought one right here. And do you guys know that zebras can actually sleep while they are standing up? That is just incredible. And the stripes, from what I've read, are that they can actually drive away mosquitoes. I'm not too sure how it does that, because I think the mosquitoes apparently might feel dizzy looking at it. I'm not too sure, I'm just guessing. But it is a fact that I've read. Alright, moving on to our last animal of the day. We have a panda. A giant panda. Giant panda, I think if there is like a baby panda in the zoo, if you are given a chance to hug a baby panda, I think you should grab it, because pandas are just so cute. They are so cute. They are kind of silly. They always fall down. They always make a lot of clumsy falls. So they are very, very adorable. And I've seen videos of them. They just look so cute. If you have a chance to hug one of the pandas, you should definitely do so. But not the big ones, probably like the smaller ones, for sure. You should do that. Dan Surprise, Uncle Dan actually tells you to do that. If I were given a chance to hug a baby panda, I would definitely hug it. And I would not let go, because they are so cute. They are so cute. They're not fierce at all. They're not ferocious. They're very gentle. They're very friendly. They are very clumsy. I've actually seen panda bears like chewing bamboo on the, you know, like sitting down and you just fall over. They're just very, very clumsy. They hurt themselves a lot. Okay, so these are basically the transforming eggs toys that we have. Hopefully you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.